This is the story of Jeff the Land Shark in Marvel Rivals. My goal is to catch you up on the story so you can keep playing the game. So welcome to our Story of Marvel Rivals series, with this episode being brought to you by our YouTube channel members. If you would like to support the channel as well as get early access to videos and other perks, consider becoming a member. Also, if you're at all interested in the Marvel movies and streaming series, check out the Council of the Multiverse podcast, where we review and rank the MCU, as well as discuss the latest news, rumors, trailers, and more. The Council of the Multiverse is available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and on YouTube. With that, I welcome you to Chapter 1, Sharknado! The story begins where all stories should. Jeff the Land Shark paddling aimlessly in circles inside of a small glass enclosure, his usual boundless optimism beginning to wane. He had no idea how long he had been trapped here, inside what he now knows to understand as a vast theme park owned by the enigmatic Elder of the Universe known as the Collector. One moment, he had been joyfully frolicking in the California waves with his best friend Gwen. The next, he was imprisoned, unable to chomp his way through the reinforced glass no matter how determined his powerful little jaws were. Though he couldn't remember how he had arrived, Jeff had pieced together what this place was. He was an exhibit, one of the many creatures imprisoned in the Collector's menagerie. Around him, other holding cells contain an array of bizarre life forms, some humanoid, others utterly alien, such as yourself when you look in the mirror. The scene reminded Jeff of the zoo he once visited with his friend Kate, though this time, he was the one on display. Jeff found comfort in knowing he wasn't alone though. While none of the other creatures spoke his language, one prisoner could communicate directly into his mind. She called herself Elon Musk, and now we have chips in our brain. I'm just kidding. She called herself Mantis, and she assured him that she was a friend. And if there's one thing that Jeff loved, other than devouring everything inside, of course, it was making new friends. That's his favorite thing. But just as quickly as he found this new friend, he lost her, because a psychic scream from Mantis shattered his thoughts. She was being taken, dragged away by guards. Through her mind, Jeff had heard whispers of something called the Arena, a brutal battleground where the Collector forced prisoners to fight against variants of themselves. Jeff didn't know what any of that meant. He didn't watch Infinity War Endgame. He didn't watch Loki Season 1 or 2. He didn't watch Deadpool and Wolverine. But he knew one thing for certain. Mantis was in trouble, and he hated when his friends were in trouble. Fueled by panic and rage, Jeff propelled himself in frantic circles, swishing his tail and tiny legs as fast as he could. He built momentum and launched himself towards the glass. Bang! His sweet little face smushed against the barrier, leaving no cracks, only pain and, perhaps, a few chipped teeth. Dazed and confused, Jeffrey floated for a moment, trying to think of what his friends back home would do. Kate would use an explosive arrow. Gwen would probably break through the wall, probably specifically the fourth wall. Elsa, on the other hand, would pull some ancient enchanted blade from her ponytail. Meanwhile, Wade would sweet-talk the guards into letting him out with the promise of money and tacos. But none of those were options for Jeff. He was stuck, and with each passing second, he felt more alone. Then, he sensed it. A familiar tingle in his mind. Mantis was alive, and she was coming back. For him. And Jeff lets out an excited cry. Murr! And then a cold voice remarks, "He's going to draw the guards." Only now did Jeff notice that Mantis was not alone. She had brought a companion, a mysterious, purple-haired warrior, dark and brooding, but also beautiful and threatening. Is this that one girl that you're too afraid to ask out on a date from work? No, it's not. But nonetheless, she stared at Jeff, her intense gaze making him uneasy. He wasn't convinced he liked her. And by the way she was sizing him up, he wasn't sure she liked him either. As Mantis says, "Don't mind her. She wants to get out of here as badly as we do. And she knows the only way we can make that happen is if we work together." That was good enough for Jeff. He grinned, flashing his many serrated teeth. He is on top of the world. Just as Mantis fiddled with the release mechanism, guards stormed into view. Alarms started blaring. The guards shouted commands in an alien language, which sounded similar to, "Are you not long to be waiting for this?" Right? It's just an alien language. You can't understand what he's saying. Jeff felt Mantis reaching out with her mind, trying to divert their attention. But her new friend was quicker. In a dazzling display, the purple-haired warrior had blades, and she flashed the blades. Nope. The purple-haired warrior's blades flashed, knocking down the guards within seconds. Jeffrey was impressed. "Myrrh," Jeff grunted, trying to express his admiration. The woman remained silent, her expression unreadable. Though Jeff sensed she possessed a powerful mind, it was heavily guarded. He wanted her to like him. For now, though, he would settle for the fact that she no longer seemed to want to kill him. Mantis finally unlocks the door and water flooded into the hallway. Jeff flopped onto the floor, then gave a mighty shake, spraying droplets everywhere. Mantis begins to laugh. The purple-haired warrior, though, did not laugh. As Mantis says, "Let's go," and she leads the way, and as they run through the menagerie, Jeff's nose twitched. He smelled something. What's that smell? It's something delicious. I think it's a new YouTube channel member, and I think it's you. But if it's not, you could be the next one. And not only is it delicious, it's also something powerful. Before he realized what he was doing, Jeff veered away, drawn towards the collector's private gallery. Inside, an array of legendary artifacts sat on display. 6 colorful stones, a glowing cube, a crimson gem, a flaming scroll, and a small metal vial labeled Pym. Jeff didn't know what any of these things were. He did know that he hadn't eaten in a long time, though. That is what's most important. So he ate. He ate everything. And then alarms started to scream, and Mantis exclaims, "There you are, Jeff! Are you okay?" And then Jeffrey burped. His tummy rumbled. He is no longer hungry. And Mantis begins to laugh, and even the purple-haired warrior smirked, but just a little bit. Now the guard is starting to freak out, and he shouts, "Tyvan is going to have our heads!" And the other guard says, "Not if we bring him theirs first." As he raises his weapon at Mantis and starts firing, he just started blasting. Jeff goes, "Myrrh!" and he leaps, shielding Mantis. Then something incredible happened. Jeffrey grew 10 times his normal size. The warrior woman quirked with an eyebrow. Must have been something he ate. Enormous and gleeful, Jeffrey charged the guards. They fled in terror. Mantis calls out, "Jeff, we found the hangar. It's this way." But Jeff had other plans. He turned, heading straight back into the heart of the menagerie. "Jeff, no, it's over here." With one powerful sweep of his giant tail, Jeff shattered all the glass enclosures, setting countless captives free. And Mantis says, "I know, Jeff, but we don't have time to save them all, not yet." So then the 3 board a ship. As they took off, Jeff looked back at the rampaging creatures. Mantis placed a reassuring hand on his fin. "We will come back for them. We will free every single one of them. And we will make sure the collector pays." And Jeff smiles. Myrrh! And that, my rivals, is the end of chapter 1. Now this story is simply incredible. Jeffrey is out here making friends. The purple-haired warrior, of course, if you haven't picked up on it, that is Psylocke, aka Psy, aka the purple-haired warrior, aka the people's champion, aka the Brahma Bull. Okay. But this was a good story, and also we got Gwen mentioned, we got Kate mentioned, we got Elsa mentioned, and we got Wade mentioned. Of course, if you don't know who those are, that is Gwen Stacy, Gwenpool. We got Kate Bishop, Hawkeye. We got Elsa Bloodstone. I believe that is what that Elsa is referring to. And Wade Wilson, of course, is Deadpool. So that's pretty cool. We got some references to that. We also got, the Infinity Stones mentioned, the Cosmic Cube, the Pym Particles mentioned. So, hey, at some point we're getting Ant-Man in this game, and that's good. I am very interested to see how they're gonna do that. Ant-Man? Are you kidding me? But what did you think? Go down in the comments. Let me know what you thought of this story. And while you're down there, please leave a like on the video. It would help get this video out to more people. It would help grow the channel. I would appreciate that very much. If you want to support even further, higher, further, faster, baby, we have YouTube channel memberships available. And also, if you want to just do a one-time support payment, if that's more your deal, we have super thanks also available. If you do a super thanks and you leave a message, we'll read it here on a future video. With all that said, though, thank you so much for watching, as always. But you have to remember, even though I thank you for watching, you and I, we are rivals till the end. And it doesn't matter if I get trapped in a case and I don't know where I'm at, and then you break me out of this case and free me. I will never forget that.